Welcome to Practical Projections. What we do here is we review projectors, we talk about projectors, and we love projectors. This is actually the first video of many, I hope, that will be on this channel. Now, what we hope to do here is kind of curve all the mistakes you make when you're first getting into projectors, or you're just not sure about projectors in general. But if you're here, you want to get into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to review the Optoma GT5600. Now, we're just going to do a short review. It's not going to be an in-depth review. We're going to go over a few specs, but most of all, we're just going to give you the feeling of the projector. Now, typically the projector that we're reviewing is usually in the background, playing on the screen. It's going to be out of focus because the focus is here, but you'll get an idea of what the projector is, how to go forward, etc. So the Optoma GT5600 is a ultra short throw projector. UST for short. Ultra short throw projectors are the future. They are, you can keep them close enough to the wall. They don't take up a lot of space, and they're getting ridiculously good. So let's go. Now, the Optoma GT5600 is pretty sleek, but the plastic that it's made of feels kind of cheap for the price point. It's also a little bit bulkier than the other projectors in its class, and this is the same design that Optoma has gone with. And to tell you the truth, I like the design. I just figure when I bought it, what you're going to pay for it, it's lacking a little bit. The newer ones feel a little bit better, but not by much. Now, the picture quality is pretty good. It's 1080p. It's a full 1080p. It's about 3600 lumens, and it's one of the brighter projectors that you may come across. No matter where you put it, you can play it during the day. It's actually playing in the background. You see, it might be the Giants game in the background currently. It looks great. Only thing is, when you get a projector, the whole point of a projector is to make the screen huge. Now, when you make the screen huge, then you spot every little imperfection. All of my projectors, when testing out, when using, I project them onto a white wall that's really flat, because this side of my house is an addition. This is my office. So the wall is what I use to measure the lumens and to just project the images on it. So you get to see a real world effect of what it is. And I get to see what a real world effect of what it is. But when you're that big, and it's about 115 inches that I project my screen to, from about, I'd say 15, 16 inches, around there. Usually the screen size is between 110 and 115, depending on the projector that I'm using, if it's an ultra short throw. Now, the 3600 lumens, the first thing I do when I get a projector is I measure the lumens, because the lumens really dictates everything for me. It could have great contrast ratio, great resolution, the blacks look good, but if the brightness doesn't work, then you can only watch it when it's totally dark, and then it doesn't really work for me. So I measure the lumens. Now, the lumens here is 3600. I measured around 33, 34, which is fine, because they use a lot of different measuring techniques, and it might be different from mine, but my measuring technique says if it's between 250 and 300, that means you're getting what you pay for to a degree. One of the most important aspects of any projector for me is the gaming. Can you game using it? Because there's no point in having a big screen where you could see all the little guys, all the people ducking their heads in Call of Duty, or or every little finite thing in every game, but you have input lag. So the 5600 has a really good input lag. It has about 16 millisecond, which is good for casual gaming. I think if you want to get into the more high end of gaming, you want to be around 8 and lower. But for normal people that play on regular TVs, you won't even know it. It's 1080p, like I said, but a lot of people are going to tell me, hey, 2001 called, they want their 1080p back. Why are we not doing 4K? Most of the things that you do and watch and play are all upscaled, downscaled, 1080p or 4K scaled to a degree. It's not native 4K. So in today's world, you're spending a ton of money for 4K when you don't even use that much things that are 4K. Now, 4K looks brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic when you're using it right, when you're using something that is it. But most of the games, most of the shows, all those sports are all 1080p anyway. Now, when it comes to connectivity, it has 2 HDMI port, a USB, and a VGA. For me, I like VGA because I've used it from past, and that's where I started with all my projectors. But the cons are it doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi. It doesn't have, you know, smart features like some of the other projectors today. But come on, you use either a dongle, a Fire Stick, a Roku. You use those things anyway, and they work really well. So although that might be a negative in that aspect, it's not really that much of a negative considering the price of what you would have to pay, the extra money to get something that already has that built in that doesn't have the same feature. Now, one thing that a little bit bugs me at time with this projector is the noise level. Like the fan noise in eco mode, you barely notice, but in bright mode, you notice the fan noise a little bit and it bothers you. Think of it this way: when you're watching a show, a movie, or whatever, and there's a lull, and you're in brighter modes, you can hear it, and then once you hear it, it's stuck in your head forever, right? It's like me with the image quality and the skin tones on this projector. It's like the skin tones aren't that good. So then you notice it all the time, and like little things like that will irk you when you have a bigger screen. So overall, I mean, the black levels could be better, the skin tone could be better, the fan noise could be better, but it's one bright projector. And it's an ultra short throw projector, which is the future. So it's a nice place to kick off. It's a nice place to start. It's a nice place for you to dip your toe in the water. Again, if you want more full-on review, you can go to practicalprojection.com. We'll have the full reviews there for all the projectors that we go through on this channel. Everything else, make sure you like, subscribe, and everything else. Don't dislike. Leave a comment. Tell me what projectors you have, because I have projectors everywhere. I have projectors in the closet. I have projectors from 10 years ago. Just certain things. So hopefully this channel will help you in every avenue of just projectors in general. It's been fun. See you next video.